The family of one of the 13 American service members killed in the terror attack at the airport in Kabul during the U.S. exit from Afghanistan is now suing Alec Baldwin, the actor. It started out as a nice story. The actor sent $5,000 to Roice McCollum's family after he was killed to help his widow with her new baby. Then this month, McCollum's sister Roice posted a photo from last year's January 6th protests in Washington. According to the family, Baldwin later posted a comment to Roice about, quote, the irony of sincerely wanting to honor your brother and the fact that you are an insurrectionist. The family is suing him now for $25 million for defamation. We reached out to Baldwin's attorney for a response, have not heard back yet. Roice McCollum joins me now, along with her attorney, Dennis Pastiglione. Good to have both of you with us. Welcome back to the program, Roice. This is odd in many ways. So let me put up the direct message that you shared with us, that you shared with Alec Baldwin. So you posted this picture of yourself at the protest. And then he says, when I sent you this money for your late brother, it was out of real respect for his service to our country. I didn't know you were a January 6th rioter. You said it's perfectly legal to protest. He says, I don't think so. Your brother fought for this country bravely and honestly. Your activities resulted in the unlawful destruction of government property. And he goes on. What was your reaction to this? And what did you do on January 6th? What were you there doing?
I was there to attend Trump's rally and then be part of the protest there. I knew it was going to be a historical event. Just a couple days before, there was a Facebook page that had reached over almost 2 million, excuse me, in just under a week. Mm-hmm. And so I knew it was going to be historical and something giant and massive. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's okay. Dennis, let me let you hop in because maybe she could get some water. Is it illegal to attend a protest?
Of course it's not. The irony of this whole thing, Baldwin points to irony, but the irony of the whole thing is she was there to exercise her right to free speech and free assembly. I would add that I think Roice would tell you when she gets her water down that she was subsequently interviewed by the FBI. She was never detained, never charged, never convicted of any crime. So what she did was peaceful, and the assumptions he made and sent out to his 2.4 million followers caused a firestorm.
Yeah, he wasn't willing to just let this lie, Roice. He did post that picture of you to his 2.4 million followers, and now you're suing him for $25 million, correct?
Correct. Yes, he shared the picture. It was not a picture of me. I just want to make that clear. It was a picture of the crowd. But yes, he reposted my photo on his page, calling me an insurrectionist to his 2.5 million followers.
So, Dennis, how do you arrive at $25 million in this defamation suit? And how strong do you think your case is?
Well, I think the case is very strong. We've sued, in addition to defamation, we've different types of defamation, defamation by implication, and then also defamation per se. She's been accused of a federal crime. Keep in mind that her sister, Cheyenne, and her sister-in-law, Lance Corporal McCollum's widow, are also part of the suit. They weren't in Washington, D.C. on January 6th, yet Baldwin's texts and messages clearly implicate them as rioters and insurrectionists. The number we get to is a number that will make Mr. Baldwin pay attention. He's clearly not learned this lesson for decades. He's been engaging in this behavior, and the large portion of the damage number is punitive, which is not designed to compensate the victim, but to punish the wrongdoer. And Baldwin's got a lot of money, and a punitive number has to get his attention.
All right, I want to ask you another question, Roice, while I have you, because what happened to your brother at the Abbey Gate at Karzai Airport came up yesterday in the news conference, and here's how the president handled it. Watch.
I make no apologies for what I did. I have a great concern for the women and men who were blown up on the line at the airport by a terrorist attack. Do I feel badly what's happening as a consequence of the incompetence of the Taliban? Yes, I do. But I feel badly also about the fistulas that are taking place in Eastern Congo. I feel badly about a whole range of things around the world.
Roice, I'm curious what goes through your mind and your heart when you hear that answer.
Very much downplaying the situation that he had a lot of control over. Getting out of Afghanistan wasn't a bad thing, but leaving all of our weapons to the Taliban and the way he did it absolutely was. He's just sidestepping any responsibility for his role in this whole thing.
And when he says he has great concern for those who were blown up, as he puts it, at the Abbey Gate, what are your thoughts?
I don't think that would be true based on our meeting with him when we were in Dover. He doesn't know a single name of anyone killed. He couldn't acknowledge any of the families. I don't think that that's very sincere.
Roice McCollum, thank you very much for being here. And your attorney, Janice Pastiglione, we'll follow your story with Alec Baldwin. We'll see where that goes. Thanks. It's good to see you again, Roice.